Well, welcome back to Life on Cars. Hope you're all well. And in today's video, I'm going to be working on the MR2 and I'm going to do a oil and filter change. So come on, let's find out what it's all about and see if this is a fairly straightforward DIY job. Let's go. Right, we've got the MR2 in and we're using the Sealey 3000 ramps today to get the car up for the oil changes. Just a nice, quick and easy way to get the back up rather than messing around with axle stands. If you're interested in looking at the car ramps, I did a review on these, so I'll put a link in the description of the video and you can check it out. But yeah, they're perfect for getting the back of the MR2 up ready for an oil change. So we need to get underneath with a suitable tub to drain the oil into. Before we do that, I normally just pop the oil cap off, and I normally just pull the dipstick back a little bit as well, because that allows a bit of air to enter the engine when the oil's draining out. There's our sump plug there. I'm going to use a 14mm spanner and pull that out and let the oil drain into my bucket. I always warm the engine up a little bit when I'm doing this, just because it helps the oil flow out better. So this is the first oil and filter change I've done on this MR2 since I bought it. I did change the oil only because it had been stood for a long time, and I was so basically the oil that's in it hasn't been in very long, but it's kind of been used as a flush, if that makes sense. So I'm also going to take the filter off in a minute when this is drained. So on the 3SGE, the oil filter is actually just down below the manifold. Down there, just near the dipstick. Slightly awkward to get to, but you can get in with your hand, and if you're lucky, you might be able to unwind it with your hand. If you're not lucky, you're going to have to get something in there, like a pair of eagle beaks to wind it off. So my next job is to loosen that filter off. So the tool I'm going to use is these little mini eagle beaks, open to the full setting, and that's normally the good size for this job. Unfortunately, it's a bit difficult to show you on the camera, but it's basically just underneath the manifold there, the oil filter. That's it, it's coming loose. So I need to position a bucket now underneath the filter from underneath and catch any oil that runs out when I wind it off. So this is the drip tray that I've made just out of an old oil can. You can see what I've done. Cut the side out. I'm going to just pop that underneath the engine block and hopefully catch the oil as it comes out of the oil filter. I've loosened it. I don't think there's much coming out actually. I think it's all ran into the engine. That's good. Yep, there we are. Most of it's running at the engine. That's another good, if the engine's warm, you'll find that the oil will just run out of the filter and go into the engine. So looks like we're not going to get any mess. So we're treating it to a genuine Toyota oil filter, and make sure you get a new sump plug as washer as well from Toyota. So we'll get this screwed on. It's already pre-greased on the seal, so we just need to pop the plastic off and screw it on. There we are, it's on, just needs to be hand tight. I'll take that off and put a new washer on. There we are, we can get that tightened back in now. Don't need to go mad on this, just enough to nip the washer down. And then I always give them a little bit of a, give it a little bit of a wipe. Well, that was clean and tidy. We didn't get any oil coming out of the oil filter, which was nice. Otherwise I'd have had to have wiped all the engine block down. But yeah, clean and tidy oil filter change so far. Alright, let's get some oil in. So looking at my drain jug, it's looking like 4.1, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 0.1 litres of oil have come out, so that's a good guide of how much oil we need to put back in. So this is what I've gone with for refilling it. So fully synthetic by Total Energies, quartz 7000, 10W40, which is the right spec for the 3S GE engine. So I'm going to put about 4 litres in and then give it a dip and probably start the engine up, and that'll fill the oil filter then. I'm using a funnel here because it's not the easiest of places to fill on the MR2. Right, we're getting up towards the top on the stick now, so a little bit more and then I'll start it up, because that'll fill the oil filter, and then we'll need to check the level again when the car's back on level ground. So I'm going to put the cap back on, and then I'm going to start it up. So whenever you start a car up after an oil change, keep an eye on the oil pressure light, which is that oil can there. Make sure that goes off after a few seconds. Okay, so the oil pressure light's gone out, so that's good news, because that means the oil pressure is built up, and it means you've got the filter on correctly. So just a quick glance underneath now, make sure there's no leaks, and then I'm going to get it off the ramps and get the oil level right when the car's level. Alright, we're going to make sure the oil's right at the top now, on the mark. Car's been sat for a couple of minutes. Yeah, it wants about half a litre, I think. Let that run down. There we are, we're right at the top now. Make sure the oil cap's on nice and tight. Well, there we go then, the oil filter change on the MR2. Fairly straightforward, wasn't it? Especially using those ramps. Quick, easy, fairly painless, and not a lot of mess either. So anyway, I hope you got something out of that video. If you did, give us a thumbs up, give us a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and check out the playlist on the MR2. This is my ongoing project for 2024, and I'm slowly working my way through some of the jobs lists. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay safe, drive carefully, and we'll be back soon with something else on Life on Cars. Bye bye now, bye bye.